Week 7, we got Saints playing tonight. Woohoo! No. Yo! What's up, everybody? This is Too Much Fantasy Football. It's Brian. It's Brennan. We're here to break down the last 8 games of the Week 7 matchup. Start-sit decisions here. We're recording before the Thursday night game, and I try to get hyped, man. I try to, but who's playing tonight? The coach is going out there a little bit?
Well, the over-under is 37 points right now, so does it hit the over-under tonight, Brian?
Oh, we're taking the under, man. We're taking the under.
Okay.
I mean, who knows?
It's going to hit the over now. Wow, it's just going to be like a 20-23 game just because you said that.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's going to be like 3 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, pick sixes.
Oh, man. Well, we went through yesterday. We did the Broncos, Saints, Patriots, Jags, Seahawks, Falcons, Titans, Bills, Bengals, Browns, Texans, Packers, Dolphins, Colts. So if you want any of those, check back. We've got information on those games there. I guess the only thing we really need to highlight is Jonathan Taylor in that Colts game. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be playing.
No, he just came into the locker room to the media and just said he's still not able to do like the necessary cut moves. So it sounds like it's going to be a disaster for the Colts backfield.
And then Ramondre Stevenson's looking like he's not going to play either. So
yeah, he missed practice today. I'm really hoping it's just like a Friday limited so we can see Ramondre out there, because if not, I don't want to start this backfield. They were really useless anyway. So
yeah, hard pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our first matchup. Put the timer on the clock. 3 minutes. Here we go. Lions at the Vikings. 4-1 Lions, 5-0 Vikings. 50.5 over under. Minnesota's favored by 1.5 at this point. Where you want to start? Let's go with the Lions.
Let's start with the Lions. It's a high over under. I don't mind starting Goff. I know the Vikings are a really good defense, but the Lions have a really, really good offensive line. So I think those two will be counteracting one another. You can start Gibbs and David Montgomery for sure. Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams. Where are you at with him?
I'm willing to start him. Like you said, high over under. If anything, you're shooting for gold. That's what we do here in fantasy football. If you're down enough with him, which you very well could be, this is definitely a game where I'd like to kind of get right and hopefully try to win your week on a Jameson Williams play.
Has he kind of earned to at least be just your everyday flex? I feel like he's kind of hard to pivot to someone else. I feel like he's just always putting up like a big yardage gain for a touchdown.
It is, but it's just hard. His last 3 games, 4 targets, 2 targets, 3 targets. Well, he started off.
But what's the score though?
He's got 2 touchdowns in those last 2 games that he's played.
Yeah,
so you love that, but I guess it's just that confidence boost that I'd like to give me a few more targets. Just give me.
I wish it was 2. He seems to be like what everyone thought Rashid Shaheed would be this year, but he's doing it more on a consistent basis. I kind of like Jameson Williams in this game. I think it should be a good divisional game, so I think there'll be a little bit of mix of both pass and run. So I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Sam Laporta, he got that only 1 catch last week, but it was a touchdown. It was a beaut.
Yep.
Was it the reverse?
And he was tied in 1 because of it. So
stupid. But
that's all it takes. No, you're not, especially where you drafted him.
Yeah. Sam Darnold on the other side, quarterback. You're willing to play him. The guy's been studly so far this season. Trying to look and see where I have. Yeah, I've got him as a middling QB1 this week.
I don't think so. I think the Vikings showed the past couple games where they're at. I think people are starting to catch up with Sam Darnold. So the Jets game was kind of a tail sign of it. I'm not really. I think the Vikings lose their first game right here against the Lions. That's what I'm going to say before. But we'll start with the fantasy aspects of it. It's Aaron Jones is trying to play, but if that's not the case, Ty Chandler should have been picked up by you guys. If Aaron Jones can't go, Ty Chandler should start. I think he'll be a good RB2. Justin Jefferson doesn't leave your lineup ever. Mm-mm. And then, are you starting Jordan Addison?
I'd play Jameson Williams before Addison. I like that play more, but I am still willing to flex Addison.
I kind of think I'm on the opposite side. I think the Lions have a really bad secondary, so I'm kind of on the opposite of that.
We saw it was the Cowboys, but they kind of shut it down. They came together a little bit this past week. So,
yeah, but also the Cowboys have been bad.
This is true, but I like them both as a flex. I think it's just going to have JMO a little higher.
I agree. Yeah, it's not too bad.
You don't want to play
I'm
him
not
if he plays in
playing.
this game?
No, I don't. I want. It's a wait and see. Like you've held him for so long. Like you can still wait because it's like you must have somebody else as an option. So, and I have the Lions winning this game.
Oh, if not, I've got it's 1.5. Yeah, I think I'm with you on this one. Like I've been against the Vikings, not against them, but doubting them all year. Why change it now? I think the Lions are.
It's a win for Aiden. They're gonna win for Aiden, all right?
Oh, ooh,
Yeah. R.I.P. some shins.
All right, next game we've got the 3-2 Eagles at the 2-4 New York Giants. This is a 43-point over/under. Phillies favored by 3. It's pretty easy on the Eagles side. Start them up,
Yeah.
start them up, start them up.
Yeah, there's no one that's like you're really pivoting. Like Jalen Hurts has not been what you hope for this season. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. I think someone pointed out their offensive line, the new center and the left guard has been kind of bad. So like it's kind of taken away what they've been so used to. But again, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith doesn't leave your lineups. Is Dallas Goedert playing in this game?
He missed practice Wednesday. It's a hamstring. I doubt he plays.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to play Calcaterra. I know he's
I'm not
talented.
pivoting. Saquon doesn't leave your lineup. So yeah, it's pretty easy on the Eagles side. Giants side though, what?
Daniel Jones. Does he find your lineup this week?
I mean, I don't necessarily hate it. I mean, Malik Neighbors is back. He's in the final stages of the concussion protocol. So Travis Scott concert ended, so that's good. It's Malik Neighbors. I still like Wandale. I still think he's a good flex option because they need somebody else. And then Darius Slayton, I can't start him just because he fitted in the Malik Neighbors role. And then now you're kind of hoping for just meddling numbers, and I don't want that.
Eagles are 26 against wide receiver, allowing 32 points a game. Love Malik Neighbors, but I don't want to play any of the other wide receivers here.
Yeah. The question I guess comes to, is Singletary plays? Are you still starting Tyrone Tracy or Singletary? Which one are you going for?
Okay, so if Singletary sits, it's really easily Tracy. If Singletary plays Singletary, you're still pretty confident in playing him. I don't know if I want to play Tyrone Tracy. I think I want to see how this split looks.
Yeah.
He's earned playing time, but
he has.
Singletary hasn't been bad.
My only fear is that Tracy has just looked phenomenal. Like it's a night and day difference between him and Singletary when they get the ball in their hands for the running back. So I mean, and Singletary's on a cheaper deal, so I think they don't owe anything to Singletary. So
no.
I mean, I'm holding Tracy for sure. I don't know if I want to start Singletary either because I don't really know.
Yeah, Philadelphia, they're not really a team you want to mess with on the run game,
Yeah.
You can beat them in the wide receiver, but they're 13th against running backs, only allowing 18.5 points. So say 2/3 of that goes to Singletary and the other third goes to Tracy. I don't know if I want that. I think Tracy's the more electric. I want to own him. I guess that's the point I want to get across. I want to make sure I own him, but playing him, I'd love to pivot.
Over under on Nick Sirianni yelling at the crowd.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over. I mean, it's pretty good. Because they might lose this game.
God, dude, I hope he gets fired. I just hate him. I hated him ever since that Eagles Colts game where he said, "This is for Frank," and it's like, dude, he sucked as a head coach, and you're lucky you got a job from him.
And you almost got beat by the Colts. That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
we even took them to the end. I think the Eagles and those players, that team's too good to have that running the team. It's just.
I think the Giants can beat them, honestly.
I think so too. It's a 3-point spread. I'd give the cover at least. Well. I take the money line over the cover. If they're going to beat them, they're going to beat them. All right, next game. We got 2-4 Raiders, the 1-4 Rams. It's a 43.5-point over/under. LA's favored by 6.5 points. They're coming off a bye. Raiders have lost Devontae Adams. Not that he's played in the last 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. Brock Bowers, he is he's Raider Jesus.
All alone. All alone. We'll start with the Raiders side.
Let's do that.
Brock Bowers, confidently. Jacoby Myers, I think, is supposed to practice today, right? Is he missing practice again?
Yesterday. There's hopes that he's going to play, but I mean, we got to wait and see what that practice report looks like today. If he's not at least limited, he's not playing.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers would be like a flex option for me. Like, I don't want to start anybody else like Trey Tucker. He just doesn't really do anything. Alexander Madison, are you starting Alexander Madison?
I think I'd rather put Tyrone Tracy out there. Madison finds the end zone, so maybe that is like the floor play would be Madison.
Yeah.
Like he scored 4 touchdowns on the season. It's kind of stupid.
So stupid.
Double-digit touches last 2 weeks. He's had 3 targets and 5 targets the last 2 weeks. So he's giving you enough where he can kind of give you a floor RB3 ish. But
Is Zamir White still on your team?
no, I dropped him in week. I'd never drafted him, so me personally, no. But
I drafted him. It was bad.
We've been talking about dropping him since I think week 3, week 4.
Yeah, so that's all. It's on the Raiders side. I mean, it's just it's a rough spot for the Raiders. I think they're all happy this is finally happening though, because now they can go and officially draft a quarterback with a top 5 pick, and I think they'll be. I think that's what all Raiders fans. You know when the last time the Raiders have taken a first round pick quarterback was?
Carr?
No, he was a second rounder. Jamarcus Russell was the last time.
Ooh, yeah, that kind of burned him a little bit. So that's probably
So since like 2004, whatever it's been, so it's been that long since they've taken one, and I think the Raiders fans are finally like, thank God this is happening. So kudos to Raiders fans out there. You're finally getting what you wanted. Rams, Kyron Williams, easily, all day, every day. Cooper Kupp might play,
and I'm playing him if he does.
Yeah, seriously, if he plays, you're throwing him out there. It's great. Jordan Whittington though is like he seems to have him. Yeah, I think with Kupp being out there, I think Whittington actually does better with him, so he's not relying on being the wide receiver 1.
And I think he'll go to the outside once Kupp comes back. He's been doing about a third of his snaps from the slot, a couple slide back there. So him outside, we might see something a little different. So in 12-team leagues, I'd like to own him. I don't know if I want to play him.
Yeah.
If Kupp doesn't play though, I'm interested in playing Tutu.
Okay.
Just for that big playability.
Parkinson.
Who? No Parkinson for me.
I think the Rams win this game and cover the spread easily.
Oh yes. I'd love.
How high would you have bet the Rams? If it was 10.5, would you have taken the Rams?
I don't think so. Just because at that point, shenanigans happens. Anybody can win. Anybody can piss you off.
Okay.
I guess I'd throw a few bucks on it. I'm sure. All right, next one. Here we go. 1-5 Panthers, 4-2 Commanders. Not at all what we were expecting going into the season, folks. 51.5 point over under. Love that. Washington's favored by 8. Didn't think they were going to be favored by 8 in anything this season. I guess let's start on the Panthers side. Andy Dalton, I like him more in a super flex play this week.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard.
Love Chuba, man. I mean, he's been great for everybody who's been in a 0 RB strategy. You lucked out really well with Chuba. I think Jonathan Brooks is trending to coming back. He is practicing this week, so they open up the 21-day window. So, I mean, and even when he does come back, it's not like week 10 until he gets like a workload of what we're expecting. So everybody who drafted Jonathan Brooks is probably really hurting. I'm one of those people. I am one of those people, I can tell you. And Deontay Johnson, he stays in your lineup. He's been amazing. And Xavier Legette, is he creeping in the flex play?
Yeah, I'd flex him this week for sure.
Yeah.
I'd play him over any of the secondary options there in New York or the Giants. I'd play him over the wide receivers for the Raiders this week.
Xavier Legette or Jordan Addison?
Ooh, I think I like Addison more.
Okay.
I think that this game it's 51.5 points. I think Legette will have a touchdown. I think Addison has more potential for like a big play, a nice 60-yard touchdown, something like that. But Legette, I think he could easily pull away with like 40-ish yards on a touchdown this week.
Yeah. All right.
Dollar bill out of the end zone.
Commanders, rookie of the year and potential MVP of the year. Jaden Daniels not leaving your lineup. He never should leave your lineup. Brian Robinson, is he practicing? I don't think he practiced on Wednesday, right?
Officially limited Wednesday. Okay.
So that's good news. Good news. Everyone who definitely, because I started McNichols in hopes of, him just to fill that role. And 2 attempts for 8 yards is what I got. So yay me. Yeah, real fun stuff. Austin Eckler, though, he seems to kind of find a role in this offense.
He has been RB 26, 23, 16, 25, and 34 on this season. Why would you not start him? I mean, Brian Robinson's out. You're playing like this is the best play you could have, obviously, out of this situation. But even if Robinson's in, this is a high over/under. I like him. He's getting plenty of targets.
Yeah. Terry McLaurin, I think he's kind of solidified as like a solid wide receiver too. So, and Zach Ertz, I think is the only one I kind of question. Is he
over under is where it's at? I'll play him this week. I even like Noah Brown, not necessarily for fantasy, but his over under is 34 yards this week, so I don't mind hitting that one.
Sounds like a DFS play I got to worry about with you.
Just a maybe.
I think Commanders win this game. 8 points. I don't know. Like, I just feel like the Panthers they're bad, but like they keep things like interesting. They score.
Yeah, and it's not like Washington just lost another defensive lineman.
Yeah, and Washington has a really bad defense. Like, I think like 8 points is a little too high in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily mess with that, but I like them overall winning this game for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
Alrighty, Chiefs at the Niners. Last game of the afternoon. It's going to be the 5-0 Chiefs, 3-3 Niners, 47-point over/under.
So weird to see you say 3-3 Niners. Like, that's just so weird.
And they're favored by 1.5 against the 5-0 Chiefs.
Yeah.
What's happening?
All right, Chiefs side. I mean, let's talk about it here. Mahomes, is he? I don't know if he's. Are you starting Baker Mayfield or Mahomes?
Oh, Baker Mayfield. You mean the second best quarterback on the?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so weird. Jared Goff or Patrick Mahomes.
Probably Jared Goff. Yeah, probably Jared Goff.
Okay, this is crazy that we're saying this. It's truly mind blowing for me.
I mean, Geno against Atlanta, I like more. Cousins against the Seahawks. Yeah, Brock Purdy.
I kind of lean Mahomes a little bit more than the other two. I think it's just because I'm maybe being biased for Mahomes, but like, I think Mahomes has a better game this week. Kareem Hunt's definitely the RB for this team, and so I think he should be in your lineup as an RB2. He fills in the Isaiah Pacheco role. Travis Kelce's definitely going to be seeing more receptions, more yards since Rashee Rice has gone down. And the final question, is Juju going in your lineup this week?
Well, see, I was going to ask you that question, actually. That's where we're at.
He's in my lineup in one of my leagues for wide receiver 3.
I'm definitely, I have him. I own him. I'm going to be starting him. I know at least one league. I'd love.
My question to you is here: Romeo Doubs or Juju?
I'd be okay with Juju in that one. Romeo Doubs, I think, is going to be just fine. But there's 2 touchdowns. We're not going to see that often from him.
Jalen Waddle or Juju?
He'll take Juju over Jalen Waddle. Like until Tua is back, like I just can't play Waddle confidently.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's really about it for this team. I think it's very interesting that Mahomes is now. Everyone's starting to realize, like, yeah, we can really start somebody else over Mahomes, and it's crazy.
It should be 20, 17, 15, 14, 13.
Sad is all I see.
Going back last year, 25, 16, 14, 20, 16, 8. So it was week 12 of last year was the last time that he has been.
They should have traded for Amari Cooper. They should have traded for him.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
It's crazy.
The Bills.
So San Fran's side, I think Jordan Mason is going to play. Brock Purdy, are you starting him in this game?
Yeah, I don't mind him in this game.
Okay. Jordan Mason doesn't go. Isaac Orlando clearly is going to fill in that role. Is Debo playing? I know he's been injured. It sounded like Ayuk is going to be the only wide receiver out there because I know Juwan Jennings is hurt, right?
Debo was limited on Wednesday.
Juwan, I think, is hurt. Yeah, I think I saw he was hurt.
Didn't practice at all Wednesday.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're at today. Ricky. It's Ricky's first game back, so it'll be interesting to see what they do for him. And George Kittle doesn't leave your lineup, so and
he's gonna be a beast.
Hopefully, Ayuk has the game where we drafted him to be because I really need him to be. Hopefully get some 7 6 receptions
on the team, dude. Like you got no more excuses here.
I know. All right, who wins this game? Super Bowl rematch.
Actually, folks, if this can be the only time we have to watch these teams play this year, I would freaking love that. If I see either one in the Super Bowl, I might get a little pissed. Let's go Chiefs.
You're going to see the Chiefs. What did I say? You're going to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again.
No, this is the one where they can be knocked off. Let's go Ravens.
Nah, they're going to be in the Super Bowl. San Francisco wins this game.
Yeah, I figured you'd pick them.
Yeah.
It's probably the smart choice there. We have the Sunday Night Football game. 2-4 Jets, 4-2 Steelers. It's a 38-point over/under. Jets are favored by 2. Let's break it down. Let's start with the Steelers side because the Jets might actually be more exciting to talk about.
All right.
Russell
It's so
Wilson.
funny. I know,
QB1.
dude. That's so crazy. I feel so bad for Justin Fields, man. That's so dumb. You're not starting Russell, right? You're not even a super flex, right? Like,
Yeah, I'll super flex him.
really? I don't even know if I want to super flex him. I kind of want to wait and see what it looks like.
I guess it is the Jets. Maybe I take that back. Let's.
Yeah.
That was my rewind. Yeah. No.
Is Najee, ever since the angry run from last week, is he in your lineup now?
I don't know how you can pull him. Like, running backs funky this year. It's going to be hard not to. Granted, that was his worst running back rush share on the season last week. It was just that he averaged 7.5 yards a carry, so he got it done quicker than he needed to. So, yeah, I'll play him.
All right. George Pickens, is he going to play more than 50% of the snaps?
Oh, God, I hope so. I actually think he's got a better ceiling with Russell Wilson. I think that's.
I think so too. I would say I think Russ with him has a better chance of producing. So I kind of like this for George Pickens. Then Pat Frymuth, I think that's where I'm at. I don't know if he's startable in this game. I want to say yes.
I want to too. I think he's in there in that like middling, like tight, like that fringe tight end one. You've probably got like 7 options that are all right about the same thing. I think you're just shooting for the touchdown. And do you believe the Steelers are going to score? I guess that's if you're playing them or not. If you believe they can score, then I think he's going to be worth playing. But if not, the Jets could just absolutely trounce. Like, Devontae Adams is back. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Or back. He's back with Rodgers.
All right. So the Jets side, Aaron Rodgers, is he a startable quarterback for you now that he has multiple options at weapons?
I mean, Superflex for sure. I'm okay putting him out there.
Okay.
I do worry about this pass rush and this offensive line. They're old. If they're not false starting, then they're letting guys go and just like dry hump Aaron Rodgers. So I'm a little worried about him being able to stand back there and like throw it after like 2 seconds after the snap. But
yeah, Breece Hall doesn't leave your lineup. Braylon Allen definitely. I think it sounds like the new offensive coordinator Todd Downing is really just back to his old ways, like we was the Titans, like workhorse back. I don't want another guy. I want my workhorse back to be the workhorse back. So we saw that with Breece Hall. Devontae Adams, you're starting him because you've been holding out for so long, and this is the game. This is what you all want as Devontae Adams owners. Just go back to Aaron Rodgers.
Anytime touchdown Devontae Adams, it has to.
Yeah, I'm going to say it sounds like a free play. I was going to say if there's ever a free play this week, it's probably that. Garrett Wilson, I still think he's startable. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has supported. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers supported Alan Lazard, who's a wide receiver 10. So Alan Lazard's the only one he's out of your lineups now.
Possible.
I know, it's so crazy. And Conklin's out of your lineups now too, by the way. He's the 5th option.
Yeah, Conklin's out. Yeah. No more Team Conklin.
Yeah.
Who you got winning?
I want to pick the Steelers, dude, because I think everyone's just going to pick the Jets. And it'd be hilarious if Russell beats Aaron Rodgers and they're 2-5. Oh my god, I cannot wait to turn on ESPN and just hear the shitstorm from all the New York fans.
I'm probably going to put money on the Steelers to win this game, but I'm going to pick the Jets.
All right, you're a coward.
I'm putting money on the Steelers.
You're saying the Jets though. You're a coward.
Well, yeah, but oh my god, I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the chaos. If they dropped to 2-5 after trading for Devontae Adams,
I would be for it, man. So funny.
Alrighty, first Monday Night Football game. We got the 4-2 Ravens at the 4-2 Bucks. It's a 49.5 point over under 3.5 points. Baltimore is favored by. I'm pumped for this one because this is the first Monday Night game. This is a game I'm going to see on the East Coast. I'm going to be in bed by the other one, even though it's 45 minutes.
I just got a sleeper notification about Mike Evans, so I think he said he's questionable.
Misses practice with a leg injury.
But
Thursday. I
think he's an older veteran. He just needs to practice on Friday or have a limited fashion, and I'll still start him. I'm not worried. So I guess we'll start with Tampa side. Baker Mayfield, I'm starting him. Baltimore has allowed a lot of points at the quarterback position. And then we'll start with the running backs. I just got the notification to Coach just said he's going to go with the hot hand. He said he's going to go with the hot hand. So whoever's the hot hand that game is who he's going to start. So I will still start Bucky, and that is it. I don't want to start Rashad White anymore, and I know everyone's like, oh, Sean Tucker, but dude, Tucker faced they were up by so much, and he got all that work. So I'm not really worried about that one.
Yeah, if you have a winning record, I don't mind holding on to Sean Tucker if him and Bucky Irving can kind of take over. But at this point, three-headed monster, hot hand. This is like I don't
Gross.
want to have to make this choice.
And it's funny because I own Irving and Rashad White in one league, so like I'm starting Irving over Rashad White.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I think. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not making this choice.
Yeah, it's fun
Chris
over
Godwin,
here.
that's an easy one. Mike Evans.
Auto start.
You
Auto
said
start.
If he's in, we're playing him.
Yeah, auto start.
If he misses, Sterling Shepard's a great play. Even if he plays, he might. I don't know. Sterling Shepard, I think it's more DFS, more like prop bet there. He plays on the outside. Baltimore really lets it up on the outside, so there might be.
K. Dotton, is he creeping in your lineups? He's like got to be. He's got to be close to like tight end 11 or 12 every week.
I've got enough Kyle Pitts that I don't have to flex. He's tight end 19 on the year. He's 13, 23, 11, 14, 54, 45.
Oh, I thought he did so much better for whatever reason, but I guess not.
Well, his last 4 weeks, his target share has been 8, 9, 4, 6. His route
That's
runs
what I
is up there
thought.
in the elite. So he's always out there. He catches a few touchdowns a year. So it's just, do you get that right week? And
What's the over under in this game?
this is 49.5. It's moved.
That's he. I'd pivot to starting him if you're looking for tight end options. Oh, I hate you, Mark Andrews.
I'm taking Andrews, yeah.
Yeah,
Andrews I'm playing, Flowers I'm playing, Henry I'm playing, Lamar I'm playing.
that is literally it. I don't think there's any other
Bateman?
options.
No bait.
Dude, I'm not gambling. I'm not gambling.
I was talking about him on a start sit show last week. I was like, this is bad.
Yeah,
This is
dude.
bad.
No,
Who's
thank
winning that
you. Tampa.
one? I'm gonna
It's at
go
home in
Ravens.
Tampa. Yeah.
Ravens my Super Bowl pick. Come on, let's go. Let's
Gross.
go. Last game. Second of our Monday Night
Football.
The 9 o'clock game. This is a 43.5 point over-under. Chargers 3-2 at the 2-4 Cardinals. They are favored by 2.5. The Chargers are.
Brian, will you be in bed for this game?
Probably. Like before the ball gets kicked off the tee, probably. I'll end up watching these Tuesday morning, the fast forward version on.
It's hilarious. Let's start with Arizona. Kyler Murray has been he's been put in situations where he's supposed to play catch up with the other team, and he just hasn't done it. Like his team's always down. I know they lost Marvin last week, and so I could explain a little bit. But that's another thing. Marvin is practicing, so he could be playing this week. I don't know. James Conner doesn't leave your lineup. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really risky one, too, with him being a Monday night game. I didn't realize that. Yikes.
Because would you pivot to Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch?
I'd pivot to Michael Wilson.
Okay.
For sure, Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson seems to be doing just fine this year.
Are we at the point where we need to pick up Trey Benson again? I know he got drafted quite a bit, got dropped, but James Conner only 7 touches, 24 yards last week. Caught 4.
I just think they were down. So there's no point of them running the ball when you're down by 15.
For sure. Well, to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Seriously. James Conner's still in my lineup. But I'm definitely picking up Mike. If you own Marvin Harrison, I'm definitely picking up Wilson and Dortch if they're on the waiver wire, just in case. If Marvin plays, though, are you starting him?
I don't mind Michael Wilson. I don't really mind Craig. I don't know. 12-plus league, I don't mind the pivot to him, but it's a Monday night, so you're like, ooh, can I take advantage of maybe Marvin missing by playing one of these guys? I think we only have 2 teams on bye. I think there's going to be other pivot options out there.
Got you. And then Trey McBride doesn't leave your lineup. He's one of the very few that's being consistent. God, I can't wait to see what tight ends look like next year.
Ugh, I know.
Yeah. Chargers. J.K. Dobbins. He's kind of solidified as their RB, so he doesn't leave your lineup. Lad McConkey, are you starting him or is he practicing? Actually, I know he was injured last week. Actually, now that I think about it.
I don't see any reports that he missed practice yesterday, so I think he's. Well, it's also they play on Monday, so they would have had
their practices today. Yeah. QJ, are any of these guys, any of the wide receiver options of the Chargers, are you excited about?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Lad McConkey doesn't get the engines revving or anything, but
Yeah.
willing to kick the tires there on it a little bit. Over under's high enough. 6, 7, 8 targets the last 3 weeks. he's not going to win you the week, but he might not kill you. One of those players.
Yeah. Kamani Vidal, is that someone that you're kind of peaked up by?
Yep. If I have a winning roster in my fantasy leagues, I want to own him.
All right. Who's winning this game?
Chargers.
Okay.
Sorry,
I think
get it with confidence that third time.
I think the Cardinals win this game. They just think everyone's down on them, and I think this is a good spot for a bounce back.
Yeah, I won't know. I'll be in bed.
Oh my god!
Awesome, everybody. We can't thank you enough for hanging out with us for part 2 of our Week 7 start sit. As always, like, subscribe, hit us with the chats. Make sure we can, we pick up something a little from that. Keep the show running. Make sure I can pay for lap dances for the big guy over here. If you're looking for more of me, it's going to be at @too_much_Brian on Twitter. We're all over the platform, Fantasy Football Advice Network. Brendan, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on X at FFAMB and the Fantasy Football Advice Network Facebook group page where I'm answering all your start and sit redraft dynasty questions.
Whoop, whoop. We'll see you on Monday with the reaction. See ya.